Ranga, so what is your perception or understanding about digital marketing?
You have to do this. I will explore like this.
You want to apply digital marketing for your business, and you want to also make a career in freelancing. Do you think it's easier or difficult?
It's easy.
So for you, is digital marketing is all about becoming an influencer and promoting your product and services. That's what digital marketing is for you, or do you have a different definition of meaning for it? No. Soumya, please. So you are hello. Yeah.
Yes, Michael. So, digital marketing is more or less the online marketing. So, where we use the multiple platforms to promote a particular product.
Okay. Good.
So, this is pretty much I understand.
Okay. So any popular channel that you think should be adapted by businesses, or which channel do you suggest for businesses
So,
to?
I feel YouTube
Okay.
and Instagram, LinkedIn.
Yeah, yeah. So whichever you have mentioned now, so these are content marketing platforms, right? So content marketing is one of them in the digital marketing. Okay. So before that, let me provide you some details or information. Okay. So first thing, in order to become a digital marketer, there are certain things that you all have to learn. One is you have to be a marketer first thing. Marketer or salesperson. Sales knowledge and marketing knowledge is super important to become a digital marketer. So I'll give you a simple example. A small kid sells stomachache in the morning to his mom and he bunks the classes. Small kid knows how to sell stomachache, right? So exactly, that's what the skill is needed for digital marketer as well. So digital marketing is not about so digital marketing is not about using Facebook or using LinkedIn or using YouTube. See, these are just the tools which we are going to use them in our journey. Are you all following me? Are you all getting it? So marketing is about building visibility, right? See, marketing and selling, we are going to understand the difference between marketing and selling as well. Okay. So marketing is mostly like building visibility in the right places or right platforms. So for example, we are going to an event or a function, right? So we would like to introduce ourselves as a different person, or we want to leave particular kind of impression. So the way how you get ready, right? So based on if you're going to a temple, the way you dress, if you're going to any other event, the way you dress, correct? It's all going to change, right? The place, mostly it's about the place where you're going. Okay, so trying to build visibility for yourself, whatever you do. Okay, here the simple thing could be like starting from identifying the dress, the color of the dress, the type of cosmetics or costumes that we use, right? So few people, the type of cars that they use, that is also a marketing activity. Okay, are you all getting it? What is the difference between marketing and selling? So marketing is all about trying to get the visibility in the right places, right platforms. Like a farmer takes all his crops to the market. His main goal is to get the visibility, and when he takes it over there, the agents over there are going to sell them. See, this person cannot sell them. It depends again. If he is good with his sales knowledge, if he understands how to measure the crop quality or vegetables quality, and if he understands how the market is currently running or happening, he'll be able to sell them. Otherwise, he won't be able to sell. Otherwise, what he can do maximum is he can research and understand. I'll take the product to XYZ market, so and so market in Bangalore. So a lot of farmers come to KR markets, correct? A lot of manufacturers come to Chickpet. Heard of it, Chickpet? They want to sell their produce, all the production that they have made. Okay, so that's the simple difference we will be getting in depth. Before that, I'll quickly introduce you about the syllabus of the topics that which we are going to discuss. Okay, see, in this curriculum, we are going to learn about the internet basics, right? Without proper understanding on that, you won't be able to understand digital marketing or digital marketing platforms or tools, right? So next thing we'll be understanding how the websites are built. This is something which everyone has to learn regardless of their need or necessity at this moment, correct? See, it's something like this. So in our baby class or in the, from LKG, UKG, we were never knowing like why we are studying, correct? But finally today you are using that and you're able to speak in English, write the words or sentences, probably poetry as well, or use all of the skills, or you are trying to learn a new subject, correct? You don't know why you are using that, why you are spending so much time in learning simple alphabets and simple words like cat, rat, mat, bat, right? So exactly the same happens with most of the learnings that we do here. Are you all getting it? Anybody has any questions? Right? So that post that we will be learning digital platforms, the marketing platforms on internet, right? So offline marketing, people do hoardings, boards, pamphlets, various things. People go door to door and sell, right? So now in this internet era, how do we use internet maximum and sell our products and services? That's what we are going to understand, and we are going to use each of those platforms. We are also going to understand how each of these platforms contribute. Correct? So if you have put a hoarding, if you have put a hoarding, or if you have distributing pamphlets, you understand each of them are going to work in a different way. Correct? They are not going to work in the same way. Correct? Hoarding might give a very good outcome. A TV ad would give a different outcome. A radio ad would give a different outcome. Right? See, all these are TV ads, radio ads. None of these are digital marketing activities. They are not. Radio and TV are also not digital marketing. SMS is also not digital marketing. Okay. So here, same way, there are n number of platforms on internet. You can utilize these platforms and you can promote your product or service, right? But not all of them are going to reap same kind of benefit or outcome. We are going to learn that as well. Okay. So if we go through the list here, you're going to learn about types of, marketing definitions, about digital marketing, types of marketing, about the web and web technologies and the terms associated with it. About we are going to understand what are the servers, hosting, search engines, types of search engines, the browsers, search engines functionality, building websites, how are websites built, what is the easiest or quickest way of building a website. So we all have wrong perception that building a website takes enormous amount of skill sets needed, enormous amount of skill sets are needed, right? That's not true. Everybody here can build beautiful websites. That's quite easy. We are going to learn that as well, and we are going to understand how ideally the websites are built. See, we're going to learn easiest method. If not easiest method, what would have been the ideal way of building a website? We're going to learn all of those as well, and we're going to use the WordPress platform. We understand everything under the WordPress, and starting with the digital marketing, we are going to understand about the keyword research slowly. So we're going to understand a lot many things. Yeah. So you're going to study about Google Ads, search engine optimization, Google Ads, Google Merchant Center. Mostly, many of you may have not heard of it. What Google Merchant Center is, right? About the social media marketing, email marketing, about various kinds of tools that we use to track the users. So if it's a physical store, you must have seen the store owner will be sitting in the counter and he'll be watching how many men are coming, how many women are coming, what are they buying, what are they not buying, what are they doing, right? So exactly something like that will be done by some tools. We'll be able to understand how many women has visited the website, how many men has visited the website, what is the age group, from which browsers or search engines they are coming to the website, from which internet they are coming to the website, from which country, from which city, from which area, from which pin code, from which mobile phone. So you can learn or study all these kinds of details around the people visiting your website. Okay. So you were telling that YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, so all this come under the content marketing and video marketing. Okay. So finally, all that is content marketing. Even the influencer marketing is a content marketing. We are also going to learn about the marketplaces such as Amazon, Flipkart, Etsy, this one, Meesho. Meesho we are not going to study, but one or two of these platforms would help you to understand how they work. Facebook also has marketplace. See, Facebook's main goal or purpose is different, but Facebook, one of the component of they have the marketplace. Google also has the marketplace. We're going to call them as Google Merchant Center, right? And next we are going to learn. So in digital marketing, presenting data, working on this presentation skills is super important. We are going to learn all of them. So you cannot become a good digital marketer if you are not well versed with Excel, PowerPoints, right? So we are going to learn Excel in depth. I mean, in depth. See, it's a ocean. We are not going to explore everything. We are going to explore only whatever is needed for digital marketing. Okay. So we are going to learn about data analysis and interpretation, budgeting, market plans, outreaching skills, selling strategies. So to an extent, the soft skills as well. Okay. Leadership skills, research skills, website audits. Yeah. And some of the tools like ChatGPT. All these are tools. So at the last, you could see column C. All they are marked as tools. Okay. So at this moment, you will not know which tool and how to use for what purpose. Nothing is clear, but well, let's get started and we'll understand each of them in detail. Yeah. So if anybody has any questions, please feel comfortable. Go ahead and ask the questions. Okay. Yeah. Anybody has any questions, or you want to add anything to what we have discussed now? Soumya, you are there, right? We can't because I'm on a different screen. I'll never get to know
Yes,
if you are
Pankaj.
there listening or not.
Yes, Pankaj, I'm following.
Here, people whomsoever have come offline, I'm at least able to see them. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, I'm following.
Okay. 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 So before we start with the marketing, let's get started with the simple things which we have heard quite often. Okay. So what is internet? Anybody here? What is internet?
Like it's a connection to use some platforms
Okay. What is server?
like
What is server? See, we are hearing this term for the last several years. For some of us, could be decades also, right? But we exactly don't know what they are,
yeah,
right? See, if we understand all of this in depth, it becomes super easy for us to cope up with the digital marketing domain. Okay. So, what are these servers? No
server
idea.
is
Anybody?
information.
Server is not information. Information is called as information. To to
To show data. Data there.
to store the data.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. See, server is basically as simple as your hard disk or a memory card, but they are not called as hard disk or memory card because servers are capable of interacting with the computers. The information to and fro exchange of the information happens. They has certain capacity like RAM. You must have heard of it, right? For your mobile phones, if RAM is good, the mobile functions
Good.
much better. Correct?
Mhm.
Correct. So the difference between hard disk or a memory card and server is servers has the processing capacity, the RAM and all. Okay. So that's why there is a different term used and they are called as servers. Servers are basically storage spaces which store the information and they'll be able to process that information. They'll have the CPUs or RAMs associated with the storage space and that's why they are called as servers. Now you can have one server at your home. I can have one server at office, correct? And people from this organization, if there are 100 computers here, all these 100 computers can be connected to the server and simultaneously server communicates all the information to these 100 computers. Same way, all these computers can publish information to the server. The server sitting in this room, right? Right? And now if the same server is getting connected to the internet, see now the first case was the server is connected only to the computers within this organization. Now, if the communication is established between any computer on the earth, any part of the earth, that becomes an internet server. The to and fro exchange of the information from any part of the globe between the server and the computer makes it an internet server. Okay. So, what is internet? You understood in server, you understood internet server, correct? So people call it as local server instead of server, local server. See, there is no proper differentiation when we use server word. People just say server is down. Is it a local server down or internet server down? It's internet server down actually. Local server, 99% of the times it won't be the discussion about the local server. If it's our server, it will be only for our data storage, not related to the website. If any website is using a server, it will be internet server. What is internet? What is internet?
Use of information.
No. What is internet? Anybody here?
It's a connection to use and forms.
So internet is basically the connection between computers and to and fro communication between the computers across the world wide web. So it's a basically a communication between computers is called as internet. Exchange of information between, it's simple, exchange of information between computers is internet. So if it is happening over the world wide web, it's called as internet. World wide web is, so you must have seen, right, Geo comes and lays the cable in our lane or street, correct? So until when, what is the end for this? This would have been across the country, and these cables go and get connected with the outside countries as well. The communication is happening over the these cables, right? So this is called as the web. It's something like a water pipeline. So you have overhead tank, and without bringing the pipeline up to your bathroom and kitchen, you will never see water coming over there, correct? Correct. Same way, if the information has to get exchanged between the computers across the world, it has to be through this internet cables, right? The exchange of information between computers. So for example, I am posting something on Facebook now, it will be seen by somebody else sitting in some other part of the globe, correct? And that person comments or likes the post, correct? Is it right? So internet is basically exchange of information between the computers over the web, over the world wide web. www is nothing but the full form of world wide web. You all got it?
Yes.
Okay. So now if the same communication happens between the computers within the organization, within this organization, between only 100 computers, it's local only to this 100 computers, then it is called as intranet. Intranet. Internet is different and intranet. The only difference is the communication is happening between computers from any part of the globe over the world wide web. It's called as internet. If it is happening between the network or connection, LAN cables, you must have seen in the offices the cables will be put LAN cables, right? So all these cables, one is to access the internet, and the same cables will be used to access the server of the computer, other computer in the organization. Okay, so over intranet you can communicate. There can be a communication between computers within the same organization, and it is restricted only to those organization or computers in that organization. That is intranet, right? So now any server that is getting connected to the internet is called as internet server. We will get to know why we are understanding this, what an internet is, what internet servers are, correct? On the go, we all will get to know. Okay. Okay. So did you all get that? Is it clear? Soumya, is it clear for you?
Yes, Manjunath.
Yeah, give me 1 second. Hello. Yes. Phone this. Let me call this. Give me some. Okay. Okay. So why are we learning about this internet and intranet? How is this going to help us? Internet. How is that going to help us? See, if you are building a website, see, for example, let's assume all of us have been to a trip. If we have to share the information photos, what will we do? We share it over WhatsApp, correct? Or resume, if you have to send it to me, you're going to send your resume to me or to anybody, either over email or maybe over the WhatsApp. Now think of if you're looking for, so let's take a business example. Okay, so you are into real estate or maybe some other business, textile or real estate whatsoever. Now people around you will get to know offline, correct? Correct. You must be distributing pamphlets or brochures, or you must be putting a mic and you must be announcing. Now, if you are expecting people from across the globe or across HSR layout or across Bangalore have to know about your product or service, how will you reach those people?
Different platforms like
So we have to put it in a place where that's accessible for everyone. You cannot store it on your computer and expect everybody to see it, correct? Correct. So that's the first step of trying to build access, trying to build visibility for our product or service. Okay, so one simple example is you can put it on internet server. Internet server is free for everyone, people can access it from any part of the globe. Correct? Correct. So I'll tell you how this internet servers work again. Maybe I'll just use the same sheet. See, if you are storing it on hard disk or maybe on a memory card, what happens? Only you will be able to see whenever you need it. Correct? Correct. So internet server. Okay. So now what you will do is, if the whole world has to see, you have to put the information here on the internet server, right? But that doesn't ensure the visibility for your product or service for the whole world. You have to understand how it works and what else is needed in order to achieve it, right? So let's assume you have a brochure, you have put it on internet server. Do you think everybody will be able to see that? Will people get to know that you have put a brochure on internet server?
No.
They'll not get to know, right? So that's when what you do is, for every storage space that you buy, see, if it's a local server, if it's a memory card, it's with you. Now, who are providing this internet servers? See, if it's a small hard disk, you are buying it and keeping it with you. If it's a server, local server, you are going to buy that server as well and you are going to keep it at your office. If it's internet server, will you be able to do it by yourself? If it's an internet server, so will you be able to do it by yourself? So what happens is, internet servers are basically the storage spaces which are connected to the internet. You cannot connect your server to the internet. It is being managed or handled by a different service provider. Even you can become an internet server. You can provide a storage space that's connected to the internet. Any confusion here? So now companies like GoDaddy, DigitalOcean, Amazon, they all own a storage space. They have built a storage space, massive storage space with a very high processing capacity. Right? Your phone might have 8 GB RAM or 16 GB RAM. Now think of 250 GB RAM or 1000 GB RAM. How quick, how fast it will be, how quickly it will be processing the content. So now these kinds of servers will be connected. These kind of servers, they'll be maintaining internet servers, and here you can purchase a space and you can put the content over there. You can purchase a space on these servers, right? And now, how do they give the space to you? If you are purchasing a plot, let's say a 10 acres land has been developed. If you are purchasing a plot, how will you identify which piece of land is yours from this 10 acres plot? Sorry? Address, right? So you will have the plot number, correct? The direction, east facing, north facing, plot number A, B, 129A, something like that, right? So exactly the same happens here as well, right? So when you purchase, we call this as hosting. We call this as hosting now. So now they are providing you a small portion, and that's where you can update any piece of information that you want, right? So now this is internet server or hosting. Okay. So now hosting is massive, correct? So how will you identify your small storage space on it? So they are going to provide you an address for that as well, which is called as IP address. So IP addresses will be usually 191.20, any number, any random. I'm just typing it here, 31.6.1, something like this IP address. So now this, instead of merge, I will just unmerge it. Yeah. So let's assume this is your storage space. Let's take it as this is a storage space for Diksha. This is storage space for Itishri. This is storage space for Ranga, Soumya. Okay. Okay. So now storage space for you, this will be the IP address. And for you, this will be the IP address. Okay. So these are the your storage spaces. So this is not small. You would have bought 1000 GB space here, right? Now here you can update all the information or content in this place. You can update all your information. You can put all the information here in this storage space. How do you do? Will you call GoDaddy and tell GoDaddy that there's 2 bags of data here, come and take it and put it on your server?
No.
How will you update content or information over there?
The form of files.
Yeah, obviously it's going to be a file, but how do you upload? You have a file now. Tell me, how are you going to put it in this IP address?
No. That's headlines.
So if you have to get into home, you will need a key, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Correct? So you have logged the home and came here. Your spouse has to get into the home now. How will you go? He needs a key, correct? So same way here, we use some certain applications. So if you want to put content or information to this space, to this storage space, you can use an application called as an FTP. Is it too technical for anybody here to understand? Is it difficult to understand?
No.
You are all following it, right? Easy to understand only, right? Soumya, are you comfortable?
Yes, Manjunath.
Okay. So yeah, so there is an application called as File Transfer Protocol, FTP, File Transfer Protocol. Okay. So now, see this storage spaces. See now, I have the storage space on this computer, correct? This is a storage space, D drive, E drive, right? And I'm accessing all of this through my computer, correct? My computer has operating system, correct? So same way now, this storage spaces also need certain kinds of control, correct? So that's when they give you, the hosting companies give you a control called as control panel. They will give you a control panel called as C panel, control panel. It is called as C panel, right? So now what can you do using the C panel? Maybe I'll show it to you how we use the C panel. Uh, so now basically the C panel is going to create certain kinds of keys or values, okay, to connect to this hosting or the location or the path whatsoever. And when you open this FTP application, I'm not sure if I have that application or uninstalled it. Okay, so I can name few applications, FTP applications. There are applications like example file, Zilla is one application. These are all free applications. Okay, WinSCP, Duck, Go. There is a search engine as well as something like this, a file transfer protocol application. There are many. Okay, so now in the control panel, you would have generated the keys. Now, whenever you use these applications, you just have to update those passwords. This allows you to generate the passwords to access your paths.
Mm.
On these applications, maybe in the next class, I'll show this to you how to, when we get the holistic view of things, we are going to discuss multiple things, right? So, we're going to discuss how to use these applications, which are not important to any of us here. We are just understanding how it works. Okay, so let's assume you have put the information in this path by using your file transfer protocol application. Okay, so now it's going to be in this location. So how it works is, now you're going to put a file called as my resume. Okay, okay. So now if someone has to access this, you have to tell them, so or my resume, or like, okay, let's assume my resume only. You have to send this IP address to them. That's when they'll be able to access. If you want to tell them, okay, go and check my website, you have to send them this number. That's when they'll be able to check your website. But practically, it's impossible to remember this number, correct? And type it properly, correctly, correct? So that's when something called as domain name came into picture, right? So we will call the domain name as Flipkart, and we will connect this domain name. And so what are we going to do? We will connect this domain name and IP address. Okay. So domain name and IP address. This is domain name flipkart.com. This is domain name. So if you connect this IP address and domain name, the cPanel allows you to do that. That's quite easy. See, lot many people doesn't know this how this works, right? When you connect domain name and IP address, you don't have to give the IP address now. You can tell my website is flipkart.com. Just go and visit flipkart.com, or my website is myname.com. You just go and visit it. Correct? So is your website going to be only one page website? No. Probably you might have something called as contact us. Correct? You'll have about us, right? So that's when it changes to slash about us slash contact us, and within this there will be one folder. The main parent folder will be accessible just by typing your domain name, right? Just by typing your domain name, you will be able to access your main folder. Any content that's getting stored within the folder will be slash. After the domain name, it will be something else. So let me take this example. See, now there's one file stored in the root directory of the domain. This is that file. Now, various other files are stored under a folder, right? You will save the folder photos, right? 2024 photos, 2023 photos, anniversary photos, birthday photos, right? Same way now, services will be stored under a folder called digital. Digital marketing agency is a service page which is put under the folder called services. Okay, so this is how the websites will have the information or content, right? Now just by having these websites, still nobody will get to know, right? No, right? You have a website, so let's assume that I have a website called as manjunath.com. Does anybody knows here? The one way is I have told you now, correct? And you got to know. If I'm not telling it to you, and if I'm expecting the whole world has to know it, how will I get to know? Correct? I will not get, so you will not get to know, correct? Correct? So nobody, see, first thing is the prerequisite for building visibility for your business will be building a portfolio that's accessible by everybody. Second effort is promoting it. There are multiple ways of promoting it. Okay, are you all getting it?
Yes.
There are multiple ways of promoting it. So we are going to understand all those multiple ways of promoting it. In some scenarios, see, now you all understand how these websites are built. So in some of the promotional ways, you will have to understand the technical aspects as well. In few other scenarios, you will be just knowing the marketing, just pushing, putting a WhatsApp status also could build visibility for your domain name, correct? We are going to learn various such methods or ways of promoting your internet portfolio, correct? So creating a profile on Facebook is also something like this. You don't have to own a website all the time. You can create your own Facebook page or Instagram page on internet, and you can promote that page as well. But always having your own website is super good. It has various kinds of benefits or advantages. Okay. So it will be too much if we are discussing further for on the first day. Okay. So if you're comfortable, we'll proceed. If not, we'll start tomorrow slowly. Yeah. Is that fine? Anybody has questions? Is it clear for all of you? Soumya, you have any questions?
No, Manjunath. Nothing as of now. Just one thing is like, can you share any reference materials where we can go through and get more understanding about this?
So this will be the reference material. I'm going to type all of that here.
Okay.
I was supposed to type it here now while explaining. I did not do it today. Okay. So and you have access to this sheet as well. Already I have shared this, I guess. Not this one. Okay.
And the recordings.
Yes. Recordings will go live today, and then you will get access to it, and that will be the reference for you. And here we are going to, yeah. Not only that, I have to provide access to this as well now, to this sheet as well. So I'm going to do that now. Diksha, so you have this file. Okay, I'll be sharing this file with all of you. Plus whatever we have discussed here, I'm going to type here with references or any other links needed for all of you. Okay. So, am I too fast or is it okay? Or any other adjustments or corrections to be done? His voice very low. So, you let me know, feel comfortable. So, knowing all of this upfront is important because accordingly I have to change and deliver. Okay. Okay. So, what all did we discuss today? Let's quickly make a note here. What all did we discuss here today? We understood about servers,
Internet,
servers, internet,
intranet,
internet, servers, intranet, servers, sorry, FTP applications, IP address. Okay, anything else? Okay, so maybe tomorrow we'll start with the definitions and slowly we document everything. I'm going to type everything here. Okay, so this is all typed in the classes. Okay, is it fine? Should I continue? Can we wind it up for today?